Hey guys, welcome back. Just another update on what I'm working on. I have unhooked the HHO generator for now, and I've hooked back up the high voltage circuit that I have. I no longer have the Don Smith coil hooked up, but I will probably hook that up at a later time. But what I have right now is a circuit that I've used before for a lot of high voltage generation, and I've just doubled the circuit. So basically I've taken an original circuit and added a second circuit on top of that to try and increase the effect. And so this is what I have. I've got the battery charger going into the PWM. The PWM is going into the first resonant rod. That resonant rod comes out into a bridge rectifier. That bridge rectifier comes out into another MOSFET, which is acting like a spark gap, kind of like a switch. And then that's going into the second resonant rod. That second resonant rod is going into a second bridge rectifier. That bridge rectifier is going into this 120 watt bulb. And the meter right here represents the load into the PWM, so the absolute load of entry. So anyways, it's the effect's pretty interesting. Let me see if I can show it to you. It's going to get dark for a second, so just give me a second. Let me see if I can do this. Alright, I'm just going to hook the circuit up. I'm just connecting the positive to the battery charger, and you'll see the 120 volt light comes on very bright. Not full bright, but definitely very bright. The interesting thing is it's not consuming any current whatsoever. Absolutely zero current at the setting I have right now. So I know it's pumping out about 200 volts, I'm going to guess, last time I checked it, and that's the result. So 0 amps coming off of a 12 volt battery charger, like I said, into this PWM. It should be noted that I've blown up 2 other PWMs, and I've also blown up the meter on the left there, because if this light isn't hooked up, there's so much voltage going through here, again, without any amperage, that it will actually spark across the ferrite rods. And it's hit me a couple of times, so it's no joke, that's for sure. There's some serious voltage going through here. Is enough to kill me? I don't know, but it definitely blew my hair back a little bit. So yeah, when that light's off and it's not connected, it will actually spark on its own across the ferrite rods there, the resonant rods. So anyways, that's the setup. I know it looks like a mess, but it's really not that messy. It's basically, again, PWM to the resonant rod to a bridge. That bridge goes into another resonant rod. That resonant rod goes into another bridge and then into the light. But then there's some minor circuitry involved, just the MOSFETs that are basically acting like a spark gap. They are controlling the frequency. So there's a MOSFET on both resonant rods. and they're acting as a spark gap. So I can control the frequency of the spark gap, if you want to say that, but I don't know. Pretty bright 120 volt bulb with no amperage going into it, so or whatever. Sometimes it flicks to 0.1, but it's basically nothing. What I'm going to do is, I don't have any more resonant rods, so I'm going to order some more ferrite rods and wind up a few more and see what we can do. Thanks for watching.